How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well. Review time. Right, the delivery man's just been. Look what he's brought us. Parcel all the way from France. It's a Tragopan Monal V2. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so first things first. It's a Tragopan hide. Tragopan as a company. I'm not affiliated to them or sponsored, so this review is going to be completely independent. It is what it is. I'll just say it as I see it. If there's points I don't like on it, I'll let you know. That's the whole idea of a proper review. So Tragopan, yeah, relatively new company. I think they've been going about 7 or 8 years, something like that. If you put into Google photography, wildlife, blinds, they're the first ones that come up. Alright, for years photographers, they've been putting up with having to make their own hides, make their own blinds, using hides that are specifically used for hunters and shooters. So there's definitely a market for some specific custom made hides, and Tragopan seem to have nailed it. I mean, you look on the website, they've got some fantastic hides, really innovative. This is the Monal V2. This is marketed as a 2-person hide. Okay, so it's for extended trips, it's for overnighters. It claims that you can sleep in it. So we're going to have a look what's in the bag, so when you get it, what you actually receive, and so we'll have a look at that now. So first impressions. Okay, that's our carrying bag. I've just weighed this actually. It weighs 5 kilograms, so it's not too bad actually. One thing that did strike me, it seems light. I'm always, the hides that I've used in the past, I'm used to darker colours, so that's the first impression. I thought, flipping out, it's quite a bright colour, but hey, the proof of the pudding is out in the field, isn't it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this review done, then we're going to get it out in the field, and we're going to see, you know, if it works. That's the main thing, isn't it? So the bag, 2 decent carrying handles. I like the fact that it goes all the way around there, so it's supported all the way around. It's not just stitched on the side with the potential to come off. So we can either carry it like that, or let's have a look. No, we can put it on our back and carry it like a rucksack if we need to. That's a decent point. So a pulling tab, that's good, something to get hold of. Open it up, and first thing, it seems like a decent sized bag, which is one of my bugbears. If I get a piece of equipment and I'm struggling to get it back in the bag, it's a pain in the backside. So first impressions, plenty of room. It's not packed in dead tight in the bag, so that's good. So what we got? I take it that's the main body of the hide. This ground sheet I've got down, that didn't come with it, that's my own, but we're going to utilise that after. I'll explain that. So right, what have we got in the bag now? Loads of goodies in here. So we have these little mesh panels. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We've got 2 big scrim lens panels. One there, another one there. This, I take it, is the fly sheet, so that goes on the outside of it. We've also got 2 other, they're like a lens cover, one of them and another one there. Bag with your poles in them, little bag with your tent pegs, and we have instructions on the inside of the bag in French and English. Let's have a look. Now, Going back to the actual material, the material is fully waterproof. Okay, it's 150D polyester. It does have coating on it to aid the waterproofness. I just want to have a look at the quality really. I mean, you know, you get stuff and the stitching might not be up to anything, but you know, looking at this, I'm a bit finicky about stuff like this, but that is, you know, the lines are as straight as anything. It's double stitched. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of work gone into manufacturing these. So what we'll do now, I'll show you how to put the thing up. Okay, so we're going to put the hide up now. We're going to do this in real time. I'm not going to speed anything up. I'm just going to show you how simple it is to put up this hide. So here we have main body. Just untie that. Grab the central column, and these legs will just come down where they're articulated. So just drop the legs down. All it's a case of doing then is grabbing the two loops at the top, hand on the top. This is the quick erect system. Push down, and that is it there. So that's the hide internal body. If it's really, really windy, what we can do is just put a peg in to stop it blowing away. Don't pull everything tight at the moment. We'll tension the whole thing up later. So just one in each corner. If it's not windy, you don't need to do that. Okay. So now we've got the fly sheet. The whole hide is a rectangular shape, so when we look at the fly sheet, there's obviously one longer section than the other. So that's the long section. Just flick it over the top. Okay, and we've got these four legs, one on each corner, that run down that pole system. Okay, all I tend to do now is clip it in. There's also a clip on the inside that clips onto the leg. Clip that in place. Don't go tightening these up yet. So I just clip it in, that under there. Same on each corner. If you tighten everything up at this stage, what you'll find is when we come to put the poles in, there'll be too much tension in the whole thing. They will go in, but it just makes it a little bit more difficult. I'll put this hide up a few different ways now, and I've kind of got to my preferred method. So these are our poles. We've got two 4-section ones for the front and the back. We've got our shock cord in that keeps them all together. Really nicely made, these. Okay, all it's a case of doing now is finding the little pocket sleeve on the other, feed them in, and just into that eyelet. Keep a little bit of pressure on this side, slightly push it that way, just keeps it from popping out again, and into the opposite corresponding one. So the front and the back, these are slightly longer, these are a 4-section one. So feed it through into the eyelet, a little bit of tension on, and you see how easy they go in. Round to the back. The first time I put this up, I tensioned the fly sheet up, and when I came to put these in, they were quite hard work. So I find this method the best way. So they're all in now. All I tend to do now is just make sure the seams are running down each leg. Make sure the fly is sat in the right. It kind of finds its own position really. That's perfect. Everything looks fine there. And then all it's a case of doing is each corner, just pull on that. And then if we want to put any tension in the bottom, we can just pull that tight, not too tight, but just to give it, takes all the slack out of it. To each corner, and that's all nice and tight. Now, another way of telling is if we look inside, and you'll see, when you look down at the ground sheet, you'll see whether it's pulling on one corner or the other. So the whole thing tends to find its own level. It's just, and there you go, that's it, up and done. 3 or 4 minutes, if that. Really quick to get up. So if you've got nasty weather, you need to get in out of the rain, you're going to be in that and dry as a bone in a few minutes. So great. Okay, looking at a few features on the outside of it, we have these tie-off tabs all over the place. So we've one there, one with 4 on each corner. Now these are for adding, you can add your own foliage as well. So you might be in an environment where the colour isn't perfect, or you might be photographing something that's really shy and think, you know, I might want to add some bracken or some grass, or, you know, to put some twigs on, you know, to just give it that little bit more extra camouflage. These are for that. So you just tie them off. If you wanted to break the outline up a bit more, you could always put a camo net on. We'll grab one of them now. We've got our camo net there. Like I said, if the particular environment was a little bit darker than the camo on here, you can just stick that over the top. Got your little tie-off points. That'll just hold that in place. You've got 16 tie-off points there, which is loads. Looks all right, that. Right, we'll take that off. So that's the hide fully up now. Okay, so height-wise, it's 1.4 meters high. Length, it's 2.2 meters that way, and it's 140 centimeters, 1.4 meters that way. So we've got shooting windows. We've got 6 shooting windows. So we've one there, the same on the other side. That's one good thing about this hide. It's exactly the same on the other side. We've also got down here, we've got these low level shooting windows. All right. Now what we can do with those, we can either use that for photographing out of, if we're doing something particularly low level and we want to get right down there, get that nice low level shot, we can use them. We can lie down in the hide and use that, or when we've got our tripod set up, we can put a tripod leg out of there. Okay, again, we've got a big opening window there, all right, for shooting out of. Okay, then this is our access. So the same on the other side as well. We've got this zipped access, and that's our entry and egress from the hide. Again, same on that side. So a real nice feature of this hide is we've got this tub ground sheet. So as you can see there, that's the corner, and then we have a good 3 or 4 inches up to the point where the ground sheet is zipped into the hide all the way around. This can be taken out then, so we don't have to have the ground sheet in. If you're camping, sleeping overnight, it's a definite. You want this ground sheet in. I would suggest, as with a lot of modern tents now, maybe using what they call a footprint underneath it. So I've got an old ground sheet from a fishing bivvy, and I've made it to the same size just to protect it. I mean, you know, you're going to pay a lot of money, you want to look after your stuff, so you know there's a possibility. Obviously some of the areas where you're going, you've stones, twigs, thorns, you don't want to be puncturing your ground sheet, so it's just something to bear in mind. The good thing is, with the size of that bag that you've got extra capacity in the bag to put a footprint in there, and just to just try and save your ground sheet from puncturing. So just a little tip for you that. Where's your zip point? Right, okay, so we're in the hide now. I've taken the shoes off, and inside we have this reflective coating, silver reflective coating. Now in summer apparently it keeps it cool, will keep it a few degrees cooler than what it is outside, and also in winter it'll keep it warmer than it is outside, which is a cracking point. One thing about hides, in summer specifically, they get so hot and there is tons of ventilation. You've got these two large triangular meshed panels, and you have a gap, you've got a ferrule gap between the fly sheet and the actual body of the hide, so you'll get loads of airflow, which is great. It's going to keep it really cool in summer when it gets hot in here. That's the other end of the hide, with again another large access door. You can actually buy as an accessory a large meshed door that replaces that one. For anyone that's particularly filmmakers, you might want a bigger field of view. So also in each corner with two accessory pockets. Nice touch there. Put your goodies in. Another one in that corner. There we go. And what we'll do now, we'll have a look at the different shooting windows and how we can configure those. So we'll just demonstrate now how you actually open this panel up. If you want to make this a viewing panel, all it's a case of doing, you have your little clips, just push in with your thumb really quick, 4 of them, and then what we have here, this little mechanism whereby you just put your thumb up there, pull on the cord, and then your little stopper, slide that up. Same with the other one, slide that up, and then all it does, it just gathers that front flap up, and then we can put in whatever we want. We can put in one of our little mesh sleeves here, to give us more visibility. We can either just use that as a viewing panel, or we can pop our lens through there, or if we want to, we can put in our large camo net lens cover, and again that will conceal the lens, but it'll also give us that peripheral vision where we can still look through it and see whatever's coming and going. Really good idea. Little clips, 2 at the top, 2 at the side, and 2 at the bottom. And again, if you wanted to, you could just leave that hanging down. You don't even have to use that for shooting through. If we want to, we can just hang that outside, and we've got a viewing panel, but it is obscured, so it's going to hide you in the inside of the hide. So Tragopan claim that this is a 2-person hide. Is it big enough? Well, this is kind of my normal setup. I've got my tripod here, I've got the leg outside like that. That front zip facility allows me to. Great design piece that. I can move the camera a little bit forward. I've got my lens through this cover with the camel on it. I've got my folding chair. All right, this is the center of the hide. All right, so, and I'm in line, the edge of my chair is in line with the center. So for two people, you'll be up close to each other, but you've loads of room. The beauty of this hide is that the sides are sloped as well, so even though I'm up against the side here, I've all this room down here. So I've got my big pack there, 36 litre, it's a big old pack is that, and I've still got half of the room there, so if I want, you know, butties, that kind of stuff, I've got my own little pocket there. Alright, so I've stuffed all the accessories, all the lens covers, all the mesh panels, they all go in there. So again, nice little feature. But as far as, you know, having enough room, brilliant. It's fantastic. That's with two of you. If you're in here on your own, flipping heck, you could have a bloody barn dance in here. It's massive. So yeah, for you on your own, it's ideal. You know, you could do whatever you wanted, to be honest. You know, you could, if you want to have a stretch out, you can do. Thing is, when I'm sat in my little chair ride and I'm sat like that for hours, I get a bit, you know, my knees start getting sore. So with this one, I can just spin it round. You know, I can have a right old stretch out. You know, I can sit like that if I want. I'm not tied to sitting anywhere. So you know, I can sit at an angle. I can have my legs out. You know, loads of room, and I can still photograph like that. So for a one person, as an extended hide, somewhere you just want a little bit more room, and considering it's 5 kilograms in weight, it's brilliant. You know, it's really, really good, and all the design features are fantastic. You've just no shortage of windows, you know, with that panel in there. You can have your mesh panel in there, you can have mesh panels in all the lot if you want, and you get a great range of view. When I'm in a hide, I like to have a good field of view, so I can see what's coming in, what's going out, blah blah. So I will probably end up changing a couple of these for the mesh ones. Just give me that extra visibility, and yeah, it's a winner. Yeah, it's good. So another great feature that we can utilise in this hide, we have these lower windows that we use for putting the tripod leg out. Okay, they've got a triple zip opener on them. So what we can do there, we can actually use them as a low down shooting window to put our camera out. We all know how good those low level shots are. So this enables us to still put the tripod leg out, drop your tripod right down low, and we can get the camera out there. It's just a case of zipping the window up around the lens, and there you go. If you want to get even lower, okay, open that up. Take the camera off the tripod. Then if we've got a bean bag, zip that down, and there we go. And we are literally 9 inches off the ground, which is fantastic, super low that. If we wanted to build it up a little bit, you could always add another bean bag. We all know how good bean bags are for shooting off, really stable. Some people might have a tripod that has a central column and it might not be able to get down really low, but there we go. And again, we're probably, I don't know, about 12 inches off the ground there. So fantastic. And again, the good thing about this hide is, due to the size of it, it allows me to be able to spread out. I can lie down and I can quite comfortably shoot in that position, and you'd never be able to do that in a one-man hide. So the extra versatility of the bigger size of this hide makes it really, really adaptable. Very, very versatile hide. So another feature that I really like about this hide is the fact that this rapid deployment system, it can be completely removed from the whole hide. So just by these little series of clips, it just clips on and the whole fabric of the hide will come away from this mechanism. So if for any reason you damaged it, which, you know, some of the places you go to, you get in some right, you know, gnarly, snotty places, don't you, and stuff gets damaged, you know. It's just, that's the name of the game, isn't it? So if you needed to take the fabric off, maybe do a repair on it, you could get it onto a sewing machine, and you know, that's great. Just the fact that the whole thing comes apart and then you can put it all back together again, and happy days. So guys, going back to what it's actually marketed as, it's marketed as a 2-person hide, or it's used for extended stopovers and extended photo sessions. So can you sleep in it? That's what I want to know. I want to know if it's big enough for all my gear and stuff for sleeping in. So I've got in a little camp bed. All right, it's just raised off the floor. I've got a thermarest on there, and I've got my sleeping bag. I'm 6 foot, and that, let's have a look at it. That is perfect. Yeah, that is absolutely fine, and I have all that room as well. So I'll grab my camera bag. Big 36 litre bag there. That's down the side. I've got my tripod, a big lens on. That can just lie down there. I'm going to bed. And happy days. Yeah, loads of room. That is the review, this side of the review done. Okay, you've seen us putting it up, having a look at it, all the different accessories. The big question is, does it work out in the field? So that's the next step. We're going to take it out there, we're going to get it set up, and we're going to see if it really works. So stay with us and we'll see you shortly. So we're going to take the hide down now. What I've decided to do is leave the panels in that I prefer. No point taking them out really, so they're not doing any harm. It'll pack away nicely with them left in situ. All it's a case of doing is slacking them off. I tend to take every corner and undo every part of it. So we take that clip off, undo the peg and undo that buckle. Just saves you keep moving around and coming back to it. So that clip off, undo that. Okay. If you slacken the tension off, it just makes these a little bit easier to come out. So okay, so now that has freed the fly sheet up. Get the fly sheet off. Fold that up. And so when you do get home from being away on your little trip, just get everything out. Make sure it's all nice and dry. Okay, so now we've got the main body of the hide. We've taken the pegs out. Now all it's a case of doing is, all I do is hands underneath there and then push down on the lower section with your thumbs, and that just releases it. Okay, that drops down now. We have the 4 legs that are articulated. Just bend them in, bend them up into the centre, and then the whole thing. Grab the centre column, bring the legs up, it's the 3rd one and the 4th one, and then there we go. Pull that cord round and we're ready to go back in the bag. Simple as that. Literally 3 or 4 minutes. Morning guys, so we've done the test in the garden. What we're going to do now, we're going to see if this hide actually works out on location. So I'm down on my little kingfisher chute, down on this lovely little river. We're going to bang the hide up now and see if we can get any images. Now, bit of a tip for you. First thing, I'm going to put my footprint down. This, I've made it roughly to the size of the hide, so I can position this down. It's also going to protect my ground sheet. I can just bob that down. If I'm in a location that's a little bit tight, I can put it down. If I have to get rid of any vegetation, I can do, but I know roughly the size where my hide's going to come to, so I'm happy there. I might just move it a little bit back. So that's going to be the position of the hide. So there we are, hide set up now, ready for us to get in. What I'm going to do, take the ground sheet out, and we've got our sacrificial ground sheet, our footprint underneath, so we're not getting everything all muddy and full of sand. And hopefully we'll get some kingfisher pictures. So we're all set up now. There's two of us in the hide. As it's advertised, it's a two-person hide. Space-wise, it's bang on. There's loads of room. I've got room to manoeuvre. I've actually got this side open at the moment, so I can, you know, for ventilation it's perfect. It's not affecting the concealment, so I can leave this side open, which is perfect. The other side as well, if I wanted to, that could be left open. Looking at the actual concealment windows we're using, yeah, we've got two different windows that we're using at the moment. I've got my big camera with a 150 to 600 on, and I've opted for the lens cover with the scrim, as you can see from the outside. And the other window, we're utilising the small scrim with the direct opening. That's with the smaller camera. So guys, we're out again this evening. We had a fantastic morning with the kingfishers this morning, just proving how effective this hide is. Now what we're going to do, I'm on a barn owl site now. We're going to put the hide up. They hunt on this field here, so what I want to do is just get set up and catch them when they're quartering over this field, and we'll see how effective the hide is. twice today, the hide. This morning we had a proper good session this morning with the kingfishers, so it was absolutely fantastic. There was 2 of us in this morning just testing out, you know, this concept, this 2-person concept. Plenty of room, brilliant. I utilised the side openings, so we had one of them each. Bags of room, worked an absolute treat. This evening we've been down on this Monal location. I've orientated it a different way, so I've ended up using the end panel. I've been shooting out of there, and for me it's given me loads of room. Also I've got that flexibility where I've been able to shoot out the side openings as well. So I've had the Monal quartering up and down this meadow, and I've had some fantastic flight shots. It's been absolutely superb. So in conclusion, what do I think about the Monal V2? Well, when I do a review, I try and find faults with stuff, and I'm really struggling to find fault with this hide, because it just ticks all the boxes. So I ordered it, it came within 2 days, so 2 days from France, fantastic. Any correspondence I had with Tragopan, email, they've replied straight away, so customer service has been absolutely bob on. The manufacturing side of it, you know, it is really well made. I mean, this is a hide made by photographers for photographers. You can tell there's a lot of thought gone into this, and there's a lot of input from real-time photographers. You can tell that just by the ideas, the shooting windows, the leg for the tripod, the low-down shooting windows, everything about it. I've had it in the garden, I've had the hose pipe on it, so I've given it a right good degging. It's not let a drop of water in, so it is fully waterproof. I've had the camping bed in it, so there's plenty of room to sleep over in it for an extended stay. The fact that you can take the ground sheet out is a massive bonus for me. It's fantastic. I can put my own sacrificial ground sheet down if I don't want to damage that. I mean, tonight I'm on a really rocky surface, it's horrible. There's bricks and all sorts of stuff, so I've zipped the ground sheet out and I'm just on the deck. So that is superb. You've got your little pockets, everything about it. It's a really good hide, and it's been warm today as well. It's been about 23 degrees and it's been cool as well. You've got these massive panels, you know, at the back here, these ventilation panels, and the way I'm sat at the moment, this chair is quite a high chair, but I can actually see out of the ventilation panels. So I'm watching this barn with the barn owls, and I can see through them. The whole thing works. It's, you know, my initial concerns about the colour of it being quite light, unfounded really. I mean, this morning proved it with the kingfishers and also with the barn owls. They haven't noticed it at all. And I have that ability as well to put my own camouflage net onto it. If I wanted to make it darker, I can add extra vegetation with the tie-off points. So yeah, all in all, I am absolutely made up with this hide. It is brilliant, and I just can't wait to try some more stuff out, you know, the other Tragopan products. But yeah, anyone that's considering getting into wildlife photography or considering a new hide, this you really won't go far wrong at all. Yeah, it's you've really hit the jackpot with this one. So that's my review of the Tragopan Monal V2 for what it's worth. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. You can hit the subscribe button. If you have subscribed, or you do subscribe, hit that little bell icon, alright, and that gives you all the notifications for any new films. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you out there.